Okay, everyone. For this video, I'm going to be making one of my favorite chicken recipes. It's something that I like to make. It's really simple. I make it usually at least once a week throughout the summer because it's versatile with leftovers. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to be making my herb chicken, and I'm actually going to be cooking it in one of my favorite kitchen toys, my sous vide. Now, this recipe, you can go through and you could bake off the chicken after you season it. You could put it on the grill. I love throwing it on the grill. I love throwing it on my smoker as well. But it's kind of overcast outside today, so I'm not going to go pull out the smoker or the grill. I'm going to use the sous vide instead. So yesterday, I had some chicken breasts that were in the freezer, so I went through. I pulled those out yesterday. And I defrosted them overnight. I'm going to start off by taking just a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to just drizzle a little olive oil over the top of the chicken. I'm going to use my brush, so that way I'm not washing my hands 3-4 times. Okay, and then in this bowl I just have some salt and pepper. I'm going to season my chicken with salt and pepper. I'm going to do the same to the other side of the chicken breast. Get those over with my tongs. Drizzle of olive oil. Use the brush to spread that olive oil around. Season with salt and pepper. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chicken, and with the sous vide, I'm going to be submerging it in water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken, and I'm going to put it right into a freezer Ziploc bag. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to set that off to the side for right now. Quickly throw my dirty brush and my dirty tongs into the sink, dispose of my aluminum foil. And the herbs that I like to use for this herb chicken are, I use fresh rosemary, so I've gone through and I've destemmed the fresh rosemary. I've gone through and I'm going to use Italian flat leaf parsley. I've washed and destemmed that. And I've also gone through and I'm going to use fresh thyme. Went through, destemmed that. With the 3 herbs, I can just put them into one pile, and I'm just going to run my knife through them, and I really want to chop that up to be really small. I want all of the herbs to be mixed up with each other, so that way my chicken breast get a lot of, or full coverage rather, of these herbs. So I'm going to keep chopping that up so it's nice and small. Now, for me, like I said, I like to do this recipe once a week during the summer. It's something that summertime I always keep these 3 fresh herbs, the rosemary, the flat leaf Italian parsley, and the thyme on hand. And I like to do this because it's an easy recipe that I can throw together. I can use it as a chicken dish one night, and the next day, if I need something for lunch, I can go through and I can pull out some of the leftovers and I can make a chicken sandwich using the herb chicken. I also like to go through and use some of the leftover chicken for chicken salad. It's perfect for chicken salad. You get all these fresh herbs, all these wonderful floral, fresh flavors in your chicken salad. Your chicken's already seasoned, so you're just going through, you're chopping it up to make your chicken salad. So as you can see, I have my herbs pretty well chopped up. Okay, I'm going to go through, put them into a pile one more time, run my knife through one last time. So that's going to be perfect. It's going to help to coat all of the chicken on all sides. So I'm going to pull the chicken that I set off to the side. And the first thing I'm going to do to help those herbs stick to the chicken, I'm going to just put a bunch of oil into my Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to go through. I'm going to get my herbs. Get those into the Ziploc bag, and I don't want to waste any of that fresh herb goodness. I'm going to seal my bag. I'm going to go through, toss those chicken breasts around, so that way they get coated in all that olive oil, they get coated in all those herbs. Perfect. Now, the next step that I'm going to do is when I'm sous videing this, I'm going to submerge this into water with the sous vide machine. So I want to get all this air out of the bag. So that way the air is not helping to keep this chicken floating. We want it fully submerged in the water for the sous vide. So I would suggest if you're making this at home, if you're going to bake it, if you're going to grill it, if you're going to put it on a smoker at home, do this and let this sit for a couple hours ahead of time. So we're going to let this sit, and then I'm going to come back with the sous vide and show you how to get that started. Okay, so here we have the sous vide. Okay, this sous vide is going to bring this tub of water up to 165 degrees, and it's going to keep it at that constant 165 degrees. When I put the chicken in, because the chicken is still room temperature, it will drop that back down again. But when that sous vide notifies me that it's back up to 165, I'm going to put the chicken in and I'm going to cook it for about an hour to an hour and a half. Okay, I'm going to probably check it about an hour and 15 minutes. For safety purposes, I want to make sure that the internal temperature of that chicken is at least 165 degrees. So we're going to take the chicken that we had bagged up, okay, and we're just going to submerge it, okay, and we'll let that cook for about an hour and 15 minutes.